Hello! I'm back, everybody. It's been a minute. I was gone. I was on a little trip. I went to Greece. It was very epic. I got some clips of when I was there, and I got sick, dude. I got hella sick. So I didn't make any videos when I got back. I kind of just took some time to chill out a little bit, and my voice was sounding all messed up. So, you know, I just needed to take a little bit of time, dude. But yeah, I know it's been a little while, but I'm back with another video, and this one is not about the Thor. Believe it or not, dude. I'll show it to you though, because I know that's why you're here. I know you want one. I know you're waiting for one in the mail. I know you want it so bad. Sorry, that was mean. But no, today I'm not making a video about the Thor. I actually was sent a device to talk about. Now, I'm not being paid anything, but they did send me the device for free, so I didn't have to pay for it, which is super epic. And yeah, I'm basically a professional now. So I'm going to switch up on my day ones, let the money change me, and forget where I came from now that I'm rich and famous. But check it out, dudes. New Android handheld time. This is the MANGMI Air X. It's super sick. It's just an Android handheld the same way the Thor is. A slightly weaker chip, and it's in the form factor of kind of like a PSP or a PS Vita. Except you got two little sticks right here. This is the retro version, and I really like it. It's pretty cool. They sent it to me in the mail, and it was actually waiting here for me while I was on my trip. So I was like kind of itching to get back to take a look at it and test it out a little bit. It runs the same operating system as the Thor. It runs Android 13, and you can load it up with whatever front end you feel like as well, the same way you can with the Thor. Although I find that the front ends don't perform very well on this device particularly. I've been preferring using just the Android front end, honestly, and it works really well. Damn, my voice sounds weird. But yeah, they sent me over the retro version of the MANGMI Air X. Let me pull up the specs. I'm just the worst at reading out specs. I always get it wrong, dude. I'm pretty sure I have dyslexia, but okay. This thing's got a Qualcomm Snapdragon 662 processor, a 5.5-inch 1080p IPS touchscreen display, RGB Hall effect joysticks, a 5,000 milliamp battery with 15-watt fast charging, and it runs Android. And I forgot how to record videos. I don't know, dude. It's been too long. Now, the cool thing about this thing is the chip is weaker than what's in the Thor, but it's like a third of the price of the Thor. Okay, so this thing starts at $100 USD, $99 right now. There's a sale going on right now, and I'm gonna have links in the description. And if you're gonna buy one of these, use the link, please. One of them. There's a couple links. There's an Amazon one and then one to their store. Use one of those links. Now, this comes with 64 gigabytes of storage, which is significantly less than what you'd get in the Thor, which starts at, I believe, 128. But the cool thing about this is it's only $100, and the Thor starts at like $200. And that's for the light model. That's not even as powerful as the base to max models. There's like 3 of them. Base, Pro, Max. Yeah, that all run the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. So the base model of the Thor, the one that I wouldn't recommend any lower than the base model, is $319, and the MANGMI Air X is $99. This is all USD, by the way. I'm Canadian, but they put all the prices in USD, so I don't know. So this is not a direct competitor with the Thor, I wouldn't say, even though they're both Android handhelds, but I would say the MANGMI Air X is a more budget-friendly option, and the cool thing about this is if you order it, you'll probably get it, whereas with the Thor, it's up in the air, man. I mean, you'll get it eventually, but they're taking forever. They're taking forever to ship these things out. I have a buddy of mine, actually, who bought one, I want to say 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and he's waiting. So, yeah, anyway, this video is about the MANGMI Air X, and I got it in the mail, and I unboxed it. When you open it up, you will see that it actually comes with a screen protector, which is really nice. You don't have to pay extra for that. I did try to put it on. Big mistake. Every time I try to put a screen protector on anything, I completely screw it up, and there's dust, and then I just rip it off because I'm upset. So I can't, with the air bubbles and stuff, I can't do it. Some people can do it, I cannot. So I tried my best. It didn't work. So not gonna lie, I tossed it, but it's nice that they include it. That's very nice. But yeah, you got your little manual, your spec sheet, and it comes with a USB-C to USB-A cable, which is nice. I actually did need one of those. I went on my trip without one, which was debilitating because all the things on the planes are all USB type A. I just have C to C because I have a MacBook and everything is just C. But planes don't care about that. So anyway, it feels really good. Like all the buttons and stuff, it feels equal to the quality of the Thor. Now, you probably don't know what the quality of the Thor is like because you're waiting for yours in the mail. LOL. Sorry, I gotta stop being mean about that. That's gotta suck. I waited like a month for mine, so. But yeah, a lot higher quality than I was expecting for $100, which is hype. Disclaimer, little disclaimer. They're not paying me to say anything. They're not paying me at all, actually. They just sent me the device. So this is like a honest review. Anyway, I unbox this thing. I get some games booted up on it. Now, it can't do as much as the Thor can do in terms of what games it can play, only because it's a weaker processor. But some people don't care about that. Some people want to do their retro gaming and actually play games that are retro. So with this thing, I wouldn't recommend past like 3DS, but I did get GameCube running and it was actually pretty good, can't lie. But yeah, okay, anyway, I booted it up. Setup was really easy. It's just a typical Android setup. Don't mind, I could not get the screen brightness down, so this shot is so unbelievably overexposed, but I went through the setup. I turned the ISO all the way down so that I could actually record the screen. It lets you pre-install emulators, which is really nice. I'm not sure if you can do that on the Thor or not. I don't think it was part of the setup, so that's pretty nice about this. But again, this one, the same way as the Thor, is not plug and play. There are not games on it already. You need to bring your own ROMs in order to play games on this. Now, like I said before, in terms of a front end, I don't recommend running a front end. I tried Isu and I also tried Cocoon front end, and I didn't really like it. It didn't feel very snappy, to be honest, and I honestly think the Thor is kind of dominating in that area where all these companies are kind of trying to design a nice front end for the Thor. So in terms of optimizations for weaker chips, it didn't feel super good, but luckily the Android user interface works really well with the buttons anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. Now, I did set up Emulation Station, ESDE, and that works really well. I do like to use it for the scraper, so even if I am running a front end, I scrape with ESDE and then you can link it with the front end. It's a really nice setup, but yeah, so I'd recommend ESDE for sure, and it looks really clean. Oh, one thing I did notice too is it's really small. The Air X has a bigger footprint, but it's a lot thinner, especially when you set it down, just because the Thor has that clamshell. But it's a lot smaller than I was expecting, and it feels like it's like more compact than the Thor as well. I don't really know how to explain it. I noticed that when comparing the Thor and like a DS, the DS is super compact. Like it feels like it's just, there's no air inside of it, whereas the Thor feels like there's air, and there kind of has to be because there's a fan. Same with the Air X though, but it just doesn't, I don't know, it feels like it's more compact, more tightly packed together, and it feels super good in the hands. I would argue the ergonomics on the Air X are way better than the Thor. That's honestly because the Thor is built to be like a DS, and a DS has super bad ergonomics, so makes sense. But yeah, I tried out a few different consoles to emulate on here. I tried 3DS, N64, Game Boy, GameCube. But yeah, the first game I tried here was Pokemon Sapphire, and I was actually shocked how good it looked. I thought I'd have a problem with the IPS display. I'm like a snob about OLED. Like I just need OLED everywhere, or else the blacks just look gray to me. But that was not the case with the Air X, and maybe it's because the Air X does a good job with the bezels, just pressing it right up against the edges of the screen. But yeah, it felt fine, and it looked really good. The colors were really vibrant. And I was surprised how big the screen got. Like I could have sworn the aspect ratio of a Game Boy was more square than it was, but the aspect ratio here fills out a lot better than even like an N64 game does, because I think N64 is 4:3, and I think Game Boy might be a bit wider than that. My favorite Pokemon game here, and it felt really good to play, so I'd highly recommend trying pretty much any Game Boy Advance game. It's not going to have a problem with any of those for sure. Now, the next game I tried here was SSX. SSX ran okay. It was fine. It lagged quite a little bit, and it does that thing where when the FPS goes down, it goes into slow motion, sort of, because the FPS and the timing of the game are bound to each other. And you'll get this a lot with emulation, like even Switch emulation. If you're lagging, you're gonna have this like slow-mo sort of effect, which is not ideal. It makes it kind of hard to play games. Now, on top of SSX, I also tried PS2. So this is the upper limit. GameCube and PS2, I would say, is the upper limit that the Air X can handle. So keep those games light if you're gonna be doing any emulation like that. I was playing Persona 3 here, and it felt pretty good. I did still feel those slowdowns here and there. I was getting about 30 frames per second, and it felt good. I could definitely definitely see myself playing Persona 3 on the RX for sure. It's not like too graphically intense, or at least on this starter area. I did not go past the starter area, so it's entirely possible that special effects and stuff go crazy, and I just didn't get that far in the game. But yeah, here's just a little gameplay of that, and it felt fine. Now, I thought I'd push it to the limit here with some super intense Cuphead. Like, this is pushing it. PC emulation on this is crazy work, but I tried it anyway, because it's like, why not? Let's see what this thing can do, right? And so I tried Cuphead, super lightweight PC game. So yeah, I tried Cuphead, and it's playable, and it runs okay. You get about 30 frames per second in Cuphead as well. And like I've said in other videos, 30 FPS is playable on these. I know it sounds crazy because it's not 60 FPS, the good number. And for you PC gamers out there, y'all are probably laughing at me right now. But honestly, on a tiny handheld screen, it's really not that bad. I would say if you have this thing, give it a try. Try it out. It's fine. It works well. I can definitely play it. I actually got kind of far through this level, and this is a hard game, by the way. I'm bad at it, but it's kind of a hard game. And I was playing on this little handheld, and I was kind of holding my own. I was killing bad guys and stuff. So, you know, yeah, this can run Cuphead. I'd say it can definitely run Cuphead. And I think 2D platformers, as long as it'll boot, I don't think you're gonna have a huge problem, unless there's something I don't know about them. Now, it's hard to generalize with emulation, because you can have a game that totally should run on the hardware, and it's just not like the hardware. So emulation gets weird that way, but I just thought I'd try some PC gaming, and it worked out pretty good. But yeah, I tried a bunch of different Game Boy games, and they all felt super good. Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, it all ran really well. Even Android apps, like native Android games, run really well on this as well. And the controls all feel really good. The quality feels really good. There's a single fan on the back and a little vent. It's all very clean, and I'm really liking this like retro sort of theme that they got going on here as well. Anyway, I rate this thing quite highly. For the price, I don't see a better Android handheld on the market in terms of what you're paying. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. They're not paying me to say that. They paid me nothing. So next time, guys, send me some money, and I'll say better things. That's a joke. I'm sorry, that's not a funny joke. But if you use my link in the description, I do get a little bit of that. Just like a tiny, tiny little bit. I actually don't know how much. It's a single-digit percent, I think. I don't even know. But no, it's a really cool device. It's nice and compact, nice and small. I think it's smaller than a Switch Lite. It only weighs like less than 300 grams. It's like 285 grams or something like that. So definitely pocketable, definitely super portable. And with that screen protector on, I wouldn't worry about it. Just make sure you put it on right, because I didn't. Now, I'm not one who cares too much about scratches and stuff on the screen. It's kind of just like whatever. But if you're that kind of person, they do sell a case, I'm pretty sure. Let me go check. Yeah, they do sell a carrying case, and they do sell a screen protector as well, but one just came with mine. So if you guys are interested in picking this up, use one of my links, please. It's on Amazon and on their website. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry this video took so long to come out, but yeah, if you guys have any questions about it or anything, let me know in the comments and how it compares to the Thor. I keep comparing it to the Thor because it's the only other Android handheld I have, so I'm pretty excited to add this one to the collection so I can like cross-test between devices and games and things like that. I feel like it'll be super cool to test them out on two different pieces of hardware, so it'll make for some good videos in the future. So thank you again for watching. I appreciate it. Sorry it took so long to release this, but yeah, you have an awesome, amazing day. Goodbye, gamers. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Later. Peace out. Bye-bye.